player's forces are under attack.
Upgrade for both. Although it seems like Z1ko's taking quite a bit more damage than Mr. Hippo. I want to fight the creep on the hill, but it's a hill he's going to die on. Apparently.
Player's forces are under attack.
Toby Mask and Robe of the Magi, arguably both the best item if you ask some different people, but Robe of the Magi is better. It is better. It is better. It is better. Hippo going straight cross map with level 2. Z1ko gets a ring and a bit more of experience, but experience doesn't matter if you don't actually level up. That is a fact, everybody. It's like money if you have nothing to spend it on. It's money if you're that guy in Time Enough at Last, the Twilight Zone episode, and everyone disappears. It's like if that guy was a millionaire. It's all the books in the world without a pair of glasses.
A player's forces are under
Experience. I think I just said that off the hop, it would have been way cooler. Shoots speed, Hippo. Could win the trade if it's just Archmage on Archmage action, but it's going to be level 3 Archmage and level 2 Archmage action. Militia being called, though, to get... Is this level 3? The split creeping.
A player's forces are under
And
attack.
gauntlets as well. Players creeping away, looking for better Archmage items, which they're both going to find kind of, but Hippo more. So. Sorry. Getting text messages that I have to respond to. Because I'm a busy boy. I'll click on this Archmage and do it.
A player's forces are under attack.
Potion of Vulnerability, Marketplace. There's some items, but they're all too expensive or too bad. Scop will be killed. That will delay Breakers if only there was actually Sanctums. But the Sanctums we only see on this side of the map right now. And an expansion. Weird expo timing from Hippo, but it's going to work out. Goes down as well, and that's before the second hero. Yeah, I mean, Z1ko's just screwed here in game 1, is he not? Isn't he, though? Shield as well on a water elemental that expires immediately. All right. Z1ko does have defend, but the Naga and the Archmage combination gonna be also dank. Oh, I see. Is he gonna go tier 3 on one Sanctum and an expansion? That would be very unorthodox, but The Naga tends to be a sign that your opponent's going tier 3. The other cards are true. True. And footmen aren't long for this world, but Hippo won't need them in a little while. Because the first to be level 4, but that's because he didn't have a second hero for so long. Mountain King finally on the way, First Sanctum finally on the way, but the expansion already mining. And is he gonna go tier 3? I think he's gonna go tier 3 here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Circlet as well for the Archimagio. This will go down. Ze1ko really trying to hold on here, but I don't think he's long for this game 1. Okay, the second Sanctum instead of the attack, which is obviously more standard. But I just was surprised how long that second Sanctum was delayed by. There's really no way. There's really no way. I don't even think Hero Focus would do it with this amount of priests and a potion of invulnerability. And with a Naga about to be level 2, you can just go Mana Shield if it's about to die. I just really don't think there's any way in heck for game 1. Oh, maybe. Potion, pass, priest, healing. Naga should go Mana Shield. Doesn't though. Alright, we're fighting. Well, now Archmage Focus Fire. Not all the boys have been called, but most of them. Alright, he forced the TP. Lives to fight another day, but let's not forget about that expansion and castle attack now for Hippo. By the way, Happy currently playing Lix in the quarterfinals, Pato playing Flowduke in the quarterfinals, and the other quarterfinal is delayed quite a bit. Quite a bit indeed.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, how long has B2W been playing for? They've been playing for 25 minutes. Wow, that match was just delayed then. Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
And double Griffin Aviary. I mean, Hippo could go whatever he wants at this stage, but he's going for that, which might actually be the worst tech choice, as opposed to just Mortar Teams and Knights, because Widow Griffin's going to be able to attack priests, heroes. And the greater mana could be passed over to the Naga for more Fork Lightning. And again, Ze1ko forced to try to hold. I just don't think he knows what the expansion or the tier 3 tech, because like if you look at this, you're like, oh, damn, I might be winning. But really, there's 2100 gold. Really, truly, truthfully. Again, Naga surrounded. Another TP could be forced. Oh, wait a second. Naga dead, and now the Archmage could die if there's another bolt, but it's not another bolt. I mean, Ze1ko, he's getting kills, that's for sure. I mean, again, well, I mean, there's not a lot of lumber for Hippo. Let's...
Are under attack.
Wait. There's not a lot of lumber for Hippo. Okay, Zeppelin. Alright. Okay. Saves the Archmage at least. And now the Expo revealed. Let's hold on a second. Let's hold on 1 second because Griffins are actually not good here. Like, there's not a lot of anti-air because water elementals magic damage is a lot to heavy armor, so water elementals won't be long for this world. But obviously, the Griffins can attack breakers. The Hippo's gonna struggle to hold his expansion. Then when he loses his Expo, he's gonna have, yes, 1,500 gold, but no lumber. He's gonna be up against level 5 Archmage, level 4 Mountain King, probably. Is this game not actually... It should be entirely over, but he went Griffins. Hippo should have like 4 knights right now in Inner Fire Priests. But he doesn't have anything. And a Paladin. I mean, I'm not crazy to say this game should have been entirely over, right? But, Griffin's counterattacking. I'm not crazy to have said it, but apparently, Ze1ko's crazy. And now goes back. And kills the Expo, TPs. Pure hero focus, ignoring the Griffins, obviously. Like I said, yeah, Griffins are going to be good against the water elementals, but that's all they can attack. All the peasants dead. 5k gold still. Well, a single knight would do wonders here. But yeah, there's not a lot of anti-air. There's Stormbolt, Archmage auto attacks, water elementals. Which is going to be good to kill about maybe 1 Griffin in a fight, but there's a staff for that 1 Griffin. Here comes Ze1ko towards the main base now. Just gonna purely hero focus every fight he gets into for the rest of his life. And is Hippo really, with this big of an advantage, forced into a base race? Looks like he might be. Yeah, he's actually forced into a base race. Now would be a good time to get 1 masonry upgrade. It's always good to do that. Start a base race like this. I think Hippo's definitely going to be favored at a base race. 1, because he has peasants that lived. And 2, because he just has more buildings and more units. But he's just going to TP back. And how does Ze1ko win this fight? Even if he can kill both heroes. How does he kill all these Griffins? If he managed to get like 3 flying machines out, he could actually kite these Griffins and win the fight with perfect micro. But he's not going to be able to get that. He doesn't have a blacksmith or nothing. And the Zeppelin is nice. He's got to be able to kill the Zeppelin somehow, but won't be able to. And GG, 1-0 for Hippo, as it should have been, but it was a little more difficult than it should have been for sure. But that was just pretty much because he went Griffins. And he lost that Naga. Other than that, Hippo in complete control throughout. Oh, it seems like has B2W moved on now? Oh no. Okay, let's wait for the game 2 to be hosted. Do 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 do. Oh, did B2W already play Soima? I mean, the bracket is really out of date. Apparently they played like 45 minutes ago? Really? Bracket is just super out of date. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, game 2's hosted. It seems like Northern Isles is going to be mapped too. And Pato's in the semifinals, able to defeat Flowduke. Happy in the semifinals, able to defeat Lix. The winner of this is going to be playing Happy, either Ze1ko or Hippo. We'll probably try to watch the other Sheik quarterfinal that I'm trying to find out if that's starting yet or not after this series. But for now, game 2, Northern Isles. See if Ze1ko can tie it up. This Todd vs. Infi? I think it happened earlier tonight, didn't it? Around... ooh, 7 hours ago? Something like that. Yeah, okay, so Sheik is currently playing versus B2W. I'll show you guys what the bracket looks like. Oh, I guess yeah, I'll show you guys really quick. Screw it. Here. Because yeah, this has not been updated yet. That's why I was confused, because this hadn't been updated and this hadn't been updated. But B2W is playing Sheik right now in the quarterfinals. And the winner will go on to play Pato. The winner will go on to play Happy. We'll probably jump into this after this series, if this series takes a while, and then this one, and then this. No. Why I was confused there for a minute. Okay, now we're good. So for Ze1ko, bottom left, Archmage, upper right, Hippo, Archmage as well. Are we watching Hippo versus Happy? You guys want to watch if Hippo wins, Hippo versus Happy? You guys want to watch the winner of this against Happy? You guys want? Actually, to be fair, we could probably watch both semifinals if we want to ignore the Sheik B2W. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, we'll watch both semifinals. The winner of this up against Happy, and then because Sheik B2W is only starting now, we'll be able to watch the winner of Sheik B2W versus Pato after 2, and then the grand final. We'll do that. There we go, there we go, there we go. It is decided. It is decided. Immediate expansion creep for Hippo. It doesn't have to be an immediate expansion because of this, but it could be. You guys upload VODs of these tournaments to YouTube as a playlist? Yep. YouTube.com/back to Warcraft. Pretty much every match that's casted is being uploaded nowadays. And every game that happened earlier will definitely be uploaded. Sometimes in these weekly cups, not every single game. Put on YouTube, but the VODs are always up on Twitch. They're normally uploaded about 24 hours after the games happen. In fact, they are uploaded 24 hours after the games happen. Immediate 3-farm expansion and human ditto. Don't see that too often. Normally a slower expansion. Center of energy as well. Gonna give away that that camp was crapped. Unless it was lab first, which is not very likely. If you're gonna creep the lab at all, you're going for level 3 off the rip. Footman finds it, kills one peasant, and actually gets away. So, a counter to this has been just still going to Sanctum. You can go a Tavern Hero, like something like a Naga, or something like a Blood Mage, or something like a Panda, if you're Ze1ko, and then go for 2 Sanctums, but not with a ton of Priests. You go for Sorks as well. So maybe 2 Priests into 2 Sorks, or 2 Sorks into 2 Priests, then eventually push in the expansion. You can do that, or you can counter-expand. Those are the 2 options, I would say, for Ze1ko. There's a gap in between the front farms. You mean these guys? Well, this is only a one hex, we call them. Each little square is a hex. So, like, for instance, footmen are 1 hex. Peasants are 1 hex. So they can fit through here, but if these were side by side, nothing would be able to fit through. Like, if they're immediately close together. Because buildings have a thing called, what I call, building buffers. Farms have 0 building buffers, which means they have 0 extra spaces around them. Town halls have 2. Altars have 1. So, for instance, if you put a farm right up against an altar, the altar has 1 building buffer, the farm has 0, so therefore there'll be 1, which means footmen will be able to fit in between them, peasants will be able to fit them. You put, I think that's how that works, right? Maybe town halls have 1 as well. Town halls must have 1. Maybe it's either 1 or 0, that's it, right? Oh, except for Necropolis has 2. That's it. So everything has 1, except for things like farms, blacksmiths, towers, Griffin Aviaries? No, Griffin Aviaries have 1 as well. So if you put them side by side, pretty much no units can fit between them. Whereas if you put them 1 space between each other farms, footmen and peasants, Sorks, breakers, priests, they can fit in between them. I haven't had to think about that in a while, but pretty sure that was all right. The only building in the game with 2 building buffers, 2 hexes of building buffers, is a Necropolis, right? Pretty sure. Pretty sure that's it. So it is the Panda and the Double Sanctum for Ze1ko. Panda gets surrounded, but I don't think he's going to be too sad about this. He could just swap the TP. He should now that it's level 2. Don't let it die on level 2. The Archmage is too far away, apparently. Let's take some damage, but he's almost tier 2 himself. Got Owl as soon as you explain the gap. Classic. A true classic. Thanks, Twitch. It seems like Hippo might be able to hold here. Arcane Tower going to be canceled temporarily.
A player's forces are under attack.
Hippo with no Sanctum. Still chances for Ze1ko for sure. Who's getting his Panda back? Hippo might have to get his own Panda. No, he'll probably go Mountain King. In fact, he is going Mountain King. But no Sanctums, no Lumber. I really do think Ze1ko has some serious chances here.
A player's forces are under attack.
Essentially, it's small enough that peasants, footmen, priests, breakers, sorks can get through, but heroes, water elementals cannot. And obviously, heroes and water elementals are the things you don't want in your base typically. And if you can see, Sanctums in the back, breakers, priests, sorks, so they have to get from the back to the front, so you need to be able to get them out of the base. So that's why there's a gap in the farm. Even though they'd be able to get out through gaps like this, like this, like this, it's nice to be able to get out in the front, in the middle of your base, in case you need to retreat mostly with those units. There's a Hippo. Trying to hold on. He's still been mining this whole time, and the economy is kind of cooking. 1,000 gold. He's got enough lumber now, too. He's just a little low on farms. He's going to struggle to kill it, actually. King. Might eventually die. And will die. And Hippo just calls for the GG. That's a tied series, 1-1. Hippo GG's out with 1,400 gold. He's had 2 Sanctums up almost, so Mountain King was only level 1. I do wonder if he could have given up the expansion and still played that game out. I do wonder. Wasn't down too massively in levels. A couple of camps would have evened it up. Surprised he quit there, but Ze1ko's definitely ahead for sure. Game 3 coming up will be on springtime. We know why no Drunken Haze for Panda. In Breaker vs. Breaker, obviously you can't use Drunken Haze. Also, your Panda's getting burned by Breakers a lot, so you run out of mana. And then Drunken Brawler is even more better because of that, because you can crit the Breakers and you can dodge the feedbacks with Drunken Brawler. But with Haze, what can you really do? You're going to Drunken Haze some priests that can just dispel themselves immediately because they have so much mana due to aura. You know what I mean? The game just bug. Or was it just me? That would be fun, because generally when my game bugs like that, that means Flow TV doesn't work either. Okay, it was a bug. Good. Okay, waiting for a rehost. Okay, so chances are both semifinals at this rate are going to happen at the same time. But would you guys rather watch the winner of this against Happy or an Undead versus Pato? Whether that's either Sheik or B2W against Pato. We're starting into springtime now. Which would you rather watch? Because probably going to be one or the other, not both. Now that we're going game 3 here. Okay, here we go into game 3. Hippo versus Ze1ko. On springtime. Check it out. Upper left, Ze1ko. Bottom right, Hippo. Hippo with 2 wildly different strategies so far. Ze1ko mostly standard. Sorry, I had to read an email. Okay, Archmage for Ze1ko and Archmage for Hippo. Undead Pato. Okay, that's 1 vote for Undead Pato. 2 votes from Dennis for Pato. So far, it's 2-0. It's an unofficial poll right now I'm doing, guys. Keeping track of it in my head. Three votes for Undead and Pato. Incredible. Probably would be where my vote would go as well. Not that Hippo can't beat Happy, but you know. Oh wait, Happy's playing human, isn't he? I think Happy's actually playing human. Not 100% sure. But I think he is. Hey, Incandenza, 89, thank you for the 7 months. How you doing? Gloves of Haste. Not picked up by Hippo, who goes straight to the mercenary camp. This actually times out. Interesting creep route, but this works. This Archmagio gonna take some damage, but that's what the priest is for. And Hippo doesn't get the last hit. Ring of Regen. So good. So damn good. So much of the early games nowadays revolve around just slightly pressuring heroes, thinking of like Orc against Human, obviously Human Mirror, thinking of Orc against Undead. You know, in any fast expansion situations, you know, like against Cryptlord or against Dreadlord or against Lich. So much of the early game revolves around just slowly pressuring the hero until it's low. And then you can, you know, either take map control, take creeps, or pressure the expansion if it is a fast expansion. And Rig and Regen just completely negates that in the early game. Look at this. Darkmage was once low. Was once kind of low. And now he's full HP. Tech for both. Early shop for Hippo.
A player's forces are under attack.
Berserker stolen by Hippo. Berserker. They get into the base. Could cancel the Arcane Tower with that Water Elemental if you can get into the base, but I don't know if he can. Oh, can he reach? Go for this. Go for this. Oh, he could have done it. He could have did it. Could have did it good there, but he didn't do it good at all. Hippo going back home, but he's going back home to a shop that was already built. Ze1ko has not done that yet, and he's going to be much lower on lumber at tier 2. In fact, much lower on lumber at tier 2. Doesn't even have the farms necessary for the second hero, and just barely has the resources for it. Whereas look at Hippo. Look at the difference. Huge, huge difference. And this is also due to the creep camp that Ze1ko went for, but Ze1ko massively ahead in experience. Happy as human, I like to double down on my undead Padre vote. Okay. Okay. I mean, Happy as human's pretty good, so. What's up, Ra? How you doing? Mage being real pressured, but there's going to be a priest soon. Power build. Chop. Healing will be canceled eventually. Oh, no. Nice. To the base. Oh my god, Ze1ko. Okay. Not going to overcommit. And healing. Still not canceled. Well done. Oh, but canceled eventually. But there'll be a priest. Soon enough. Have you considered a top tier human player? For how I tier players, Happy would probably be like a tier 3 player with human. But I'm very harsh with my tiering of players, so it's actually pretty good. Like for instance, I consider Ze1ko and Sock tier 2 players. I think other people would definitely tier people differently. They probably consider a lot more players tier 1 as well than I do. But that's just me. One day I'll do a tier list and you guys will understand what I mean. One day. One day. Maybe when I get back I'll do that. Whoa, Archmagio. Huh, kind of a safe TP there. I'm not gonna lie. Could have maybe ran away. What cup's way past my bedtime? Yeah.
A player's forces are under attack.
This cup's way past my bedtime, man. I'm supposed to be in bed for another 2.5 hours. Wait, but it's way before my bed. It's well, my bedtime is still happening. This cup. Sometimes I get to nap after. Honestly, a lot of the time when I turn the stream off on Friday, I turn it off and I immediately get back into bed for an hour. Almost every Friday. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to do that today, but hey, maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Claws and Tome.
A player's forces are under attack.
Versus 30 expansion for Hippo. Very standard expansion timing. A couple of priests out. Maybe a little later than absolutely standard, but for sure Ze1ko is a lot later due to the tier 3. Who's tier 1 then? The only tier 1 human player I would consider would have been in the past Infi and in the past TH. But I don't think Ze1ko, Sock, Fortitude are at that level. So currently, there is no tier 1 human players. If Infi was playing human right now, instead of playing weird off races, I would consider him a tier 1 human player still. Even if the results didn't indicate so, because I don't do my ranking based on purely results. My ranking is more just my subjective opinion on the players. It's like, for instance, for undead players, it's happy 1-2-0 tier 1 players. For orc, there's a couple. Lyn obviously would be one. I'd have to think about Focus and Soin. And I'd consider Fly at his best to be tier 1. Yeah, Fly at his best is definitely tier 1. A Focus at his best, I would have to think about whether I'd put him at tier 1. For Night Elf, Moon. Absolutely. Laliat, most likely. And then we're getting close to the end of the list for tier 1. Just imagine everyone who I'd put on tier 2, right? So, tier 2, not that bad in my eyes. Ooh, Mountain King, nice staff. Will it live? Please dispel. Did he dispel his own to buy a potion? He might have. Oh, careful, Hippo. Doesn't have a TP. And now Paladin as well. Oh my god, Hippo. Who's the best human main player in EU? There's quite a few good human players in EU, right? Blade, Johnny Cage, Starbuck, Todd, Hawk. There's a lot of good human players in EU. Hippo. But I think, you know, Hippo doesn't really practice enough. Like, he hasn't been playing a lot recently, has he? Leon. Probably another player around Hippo's level, you know. Well, Fortitude. I haven't been on the Fortitude hype train as much as some. But honestly, he's one of those players that I just haven't cast enough. See, my opinion is formed by the games I've seen, obviously, and only the games I've seen. And I just haven't had the opportunity to cast or see a lot of Fortitude games. Because I don't get to cast those tournaments a lot, you know? And Hippo calls for the GG, and Ze1ko with a nice upset. Well done to Ze1ko. Hippo maybe not on his best form today. Like I said, he has been practicing a lot, I don't think. But Ze1ko with a really great win. Really great win here, especially in Game 3. This was a solid game. And he's going to go into the semifinals. Very, very nice performance. And in case you're wondering, no, I wouldn't consider Cruncher or Hitman to be tier 1 or tier 2 players, okay? Before you guys ask me that, okay? No, they're not, all right? They're not. They're not, okay? See? Call me biased again. Call me biased again.